Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the E-Series Esports Championship here. We're at Zolder. We have got the PC Division 1 qualifier number 2 for you, and we have got 8 of the very best here trying to get themselves to the Zolder 24 hours, where the final will be played for 10,000 euros in cash prizes. The prize pool is 10,000 euros. How awesome is that? Welcome to the stream then, guys. Hopefully you do enjoy a little bit of action here from Zolder. We're in practice right now. We've only got 4 minutes 30 seconds left of practice. Then we've got a 20-minute qualification session, and then we have got ourselves a 1-hour race. Setups are allowed today in this championship, and yeah, that is going to be a massive defining factor going towards the end of this race. But as you can see on screen, we've got TX3 Storm, one of the very best out there right now in Project Cars 2. Yuhan for Team VP as well. We've got TX3 Popsu. We have got Weilinga, who races for, I believe, Race Stars. I'm not too sure. Rally Stars, we'll call them. Then we've got TX3 Miroof as well. Then we have got ourselves Pinzes, or Pinzes? Pinzes 97, we'll call him. Yeah, never heard of him, but he's managed to qualify for this, so he's got to have some sort of pedigree. He's coming across the line now. We'll see what sort of time he's going to produce. It doesn't look like he did. Then we've got G2 Topper, needs no introduction. He is a Red Bull driver officially now for the F1 Esports Series, and he is also a driver for F2 Esports, G2 Esports, Fernando Alonso's team, and he's now here trying to get himself into the top 4 here to get to that beautiful place called Zolder for the official 24-hour race for Belka and also the Esports Series. Then we've got VP Isaac as well. VP Isaac just gone quickest in practice here. With only 3 minutes left to go. Looking very, very strong indeed. Storm only managing to put in a 1 minute 31.076. He's about 0.8 of a second off the pace, but everyone's pretty close right now. Popsu up into second. But again, this doesn't matter. They're just setting their cars up for the qualification process here, and Topper yet to put a time in. So yeah, you'll have to let me know about the sound, guys. Is the sound too loud on screen? I would appreciate it if you did. We'll do a little lap here of Zolder very, very shortly. But yeah, let's get the sound sorted. How's everybody doing though? Hopefully you are all good in the hood. This should be very, very interesting to say. We haven't got there should be 15 people here, but 7 people have not shown up. But the top 8 here are absolutely incredible. Just pace absolutely everywhere. Should be pretty good. Let's see if anyone's starting the lap here. Storm's going through the clean chicane. Weilinga is. We'll go on board with Weilinga. He's going around turn number 1 here, then at Zolder, which is called the Erst by the sounds of things. Then we're up to turn number 2. Got to go nice and wide here. Try and capture a little bit of curb on the inside so you can maximise the speed on the exit. You don't really want to be getting any curb on the exit there because you will lose the rear of the car. Especially with these guys, they will not be using any sort of assist. It is obviously being used as real-life assist. Round turn number 4 then, down this big long straight down towards the first chicane, which is called the clean chicane. And they can take a lot of curb here, but it's high risk, high reward. So if you take too much here, you can obviously completely lose the car because you do lose the whole gravitational pull to the ground. You just air it. You've got so much air between the car and the ground. Is unbelievable. Then we come down up towards the second chicane here through Boot. You can see again, you can take a lot of curb, but you take too much curb. Weilinga just showing us there, you will lose the rear of that car very, very easily. So you need to, in a 1-hour race, really do need to take your time here and kind of go for consistency over a raw pace. But in qualification, you're going to see these go absolutely balls to the wall. And then we come up here towards turn number 7. Through turns 8 and 9, and we come up here towards the chicane for turn number 10, and then across the start-finish line here. So it's a very technical circuit. There's a few big straights as well where these guys can slipstream each other. The Porsche is a very big car as well, so massive gains can be taken. You can see Weilinga actually went quicker there than his previous lap, and that was a pretty poor lap by his standards. You can see he's just figuring out here, running ever so slightly wide there. That might not count, but yeah, should be a very interesting race indeed. See, everyone's gone for pretty different liveries as well, which makes my job very, very easy. The sound's good. So Bafrage, you've qualified. Well done, you're going to Zolder. Congratulations, bud. So yeah, 33 seconds left of practice here, and then we get into the real stuff, the qualification. Who is going to come out on pole position? Qualification is not going to be as big a deal as what it normally would be. We normally have races, especially what I run, they're normally about 30 minutes, but normal esports competitions are quite short races, but this is built more for endurance. So again, qualification is not going to be massive here, but obviously you do want to start as high up as possible. That's a given, right? Yuhan across the line, and what sort of time is he going to produce here? No real improvement there. He's got a car slipstreaming him in the background, so it's sort of be a bit of a false read of what he can produce. But yeah, the clock is now counting down here, so the practice session is over. Any of you guys got any favourites then in the stream? Obviously, you guys recognise most of these boys on the track right now. So there are some unbelievable talents here. Say the qualification, well, you can see that Isaac's done a 30.2, which is actually quicker than the time trial qualification, although they are allowed to use setups here. So Isaac already providing some massive pace here. Top 5 here covered by about 0.8 of a second. Pretty decent. Pretty decent, considering that's practice. I can only imagine that getting a little bit closer as we go into qualification. See that they're really maximising their time here, although Maroof is just on a go slow here. Storm. Well, Storm's still trying to put in a lap here. We know what Storm's like. Well, actually, he's coming to the pits. Storm will maximise his time. That is for sure. And then we've got Fernando Alonso's team driver, Topper. So they've all finished here in practice. They've got a 20-minute for qualification. Whether they go out on track or not straight away remains to be seen, but I would imagine they will want to set their cars up and get the absolute maximum here. They're all driving in the Porsche GT3, which is a really nice car, really nice sounding car as well. But the fact that they're all driving exactly the same car should provide some really close action here. Riffmaster got second position in Division 2 on a PC. Congratulations, bud. Well done, mate. Any questions about the competition, guys? I'm not the person to ask. So, yeah, if we could just keep it about the racing, I would appreciate it, because I have no idea about anything to do with travel, accommodation, or anything like that. I'm here just literally to talk rubbish for an hour or so. So we'll take it as that right now, okay? So there you go. Isaac does manage to get into the top spot in practice. Then you've got Popsu, Yuhan, Maroof, Storm, Topper, Weilinga, and then Pinzes down there in 8th position. So Pinzes, never heard of him. So this could be a day of reckoning for him. It could be the day that he announces himself on the Project Cars 2 stage. Or he might be a duck out of water here. And going by the practice time, he looked like he may struggle. But that was only practice. He could just be trying to find some different lines around the track. Yuhan, obviously we know about Yuhan. We know about Maroof. We know about Popsu, Weilinga as well. We know Topper. We know Storm and Isaac. So we have a 7 unbelievable talents here. They are the guys that we watch week in, week out in the esports competitions. They always seem to make the offline finals, and we get the treat here of watching them all in the qualifier, battling out to get into that top 4 for a chance to win some of the money out of a €10,000 prize pool. Oh, Dano, I'm really good, thank you, mate. Thank you very much for those cheers, do appreciate it. It's nice that I'm streaming an esports series here, and you guys are still coming out and showing the support. Good work, man. Yeah, Jardier and Fab Iceman were supposed to be in this qualifier, but they cannot make the final, so they're obviously not going to race here. It is a shame. Would have been nice to see them give it a go all the same, but yeah, didn't manage to work out here. As VP Isaac was the quickest on track in practice, I feel like we're going to do a lap time here with Isaac, so we'll wait for him to get across the start-finish line, and then we'll check him out in cockpit cam and see what sort of lines he's taking. He's got a... Is that Yuhan behind him? I don't know if that is Yuhan. No, who is that behind him? It's not Popsu. Is it White? No, it's not Weilinga. It's Topper. Is it not Topper? No. So Isaac's there. Who is it behind him? I don't know. We're going to go cockpit cam then across the line here, and this is a lap time here with 18 minutes to go on the clock for VP Isaac. His first quick lap here goes out nice and wide there to try and cut the corner here as much as he can to get on the power as early as possible. You've got to ride the curve on the exit there. He's now got a couple of cars coming out the pits, which is going to definitely upend him going around turn number 2 here, although they do get out of the way for him nicely, although he runs a little bit wide there. And that's kind of it, you know, just seeing the car there will obviously put you off. Then we come up towards turn number 4 here. grab a bit of curb on the inside. Again, you've got to try and get on the power so early here. He's just hit a bit of gravel there, which would have slowed him down ever so slightly. So going up towards this first chicane here, he will be a little bit slower. He'll get on the brakes just after that 100-meter board. Yes, there we go, about 75 meters. Gets a bit of curb on the entrance and the exit there. And that is a phenomenal chicane there by VP Isaac. The tyres will not be warmed up currently to the maximum temperature he will want them at. And into the second chicane here, grab a bit of curb on the entrance into this. You can take a lot of curb here. You've got to use the camber of that second part of the chicane to try and turn your car in to get the exit you want. Then you can do this flat out if you turn in early enough, and you can see just grab a bit of curb on the exit here. Nice little long straight here. If you get a good exit out of that section of corners, you can potentially make an overtake move up into this right-hander here. But as you can see, Isaac is getting onto that apex and on the power, again, very early indeed, using all the curb for both sections of that chicane there. Up towards the final chicane here, you can see we're just going underneath the Bio Racer bridge. And again, just braking as you exit that bridge. Get a bit of curb on the inside. Get a bit of curb there on the outside. And it's a nice little run now to the end of his lap here. So Popsy's on a 31.2 and Isaac has gone and popped in a 30.320. So a little bit slower than his practice time. And he will definitely be looking to improve on that. So we've got 16 minutes to go in qualifying here. And is all to play for right now. Topper up to second spot then. He's done a 31.149. And, Isaac there just putting a bit too much pressure on himself there. He will go into the pits and get a fresh set of tyres on because he would have flat spotted those. The temperatures will be absolutely through the roof at this point. And then Storm didn't look too good in practice, has all of a sudden gone in with a 30.204. Probably everybody's favourite before this started. Scott Beth, thank you very much for the support, man. Really do appreciate that. Storm looking very good indeed here. That was his banker time, and that was exactly what Isaac produced in the whole 10-minute practice session. 130.2, and Storm's done it on his first attempt here. He's really cut that chicane now, and I think that's going to be invalidated. That's got to be invalidated there because he's really cut that. All four wheels did leave the track, and I wonder what the limits are there. You can see that the camber of that chicane there really does affect the car, and we could see potentially people spinning out, losing control there, and their race could be over. Storm using absolutely every inch of the track and more. Coming down to this really tight right hand, getting on the brakes, and you see the front of the car just gripping into the ground here. And he's actually slowed down here. So he's given up on this lap time here, was probably down by a few tenths, seen there's a few cars in front of him, and he's thought better of putting a lap time in. Popsu then up to a third position with a 130.499. Top three covered by about 0.3 of a second right now. And this could be, although there's only 8 drivers, could be potentially a little bit of a classic here, guys. A little bit of a treat for us on a Thursday night. Very interesting indeed. Remember, guys, if you want to get your friends involved in watching this, go and share the link out on Twitter. Post it in any Discord servers you're on. I'm sure you guys know all these big boys on the screen right now, so let's get as many people watching this as possible. It's all good in the hood. Storm still on that pole position, and Isaac, with that issue with the tyres, is now going to start his second attempt at a flying lap here, and let's see whether he can get it dialed in. And maybe the tyres on these cars don't last as long as I may like to think, so potentially it could be an out lap and then your quick lap and then back to the pits. That kind of deal today. 14 minutes still to go in qualification, and the top 4 separated by just under a second. Just under a second. Pretty good. How's everyone doing in the stream though, guys? Let me know how you are. If there's anyone new who's not used to watching me commentate or anything like that, then hit that follow button. You can also ask some questions as well if you would like. And let me know where you're from. Just get yourself involved in the chat. Let's try and make this chat as busy as possible. But it's good to see some usuals here as well. So thank you very much for getting involved. All appreciated. Obviously, this is not the usual stuff I do, but it's always good to have people getting involved with the esports of the game that we all know and love. So Isaac here going through that second chicane again, and you just see that it is such high risk, high reward. You're going to see these guys not taking such extreme lines when it comes to the race because, you know, of course, it could completely end their race. Also, it's a very interesting turn number 1. It's a wide exit to turn number 1, but you normally take the whole exit with one car going around. So if you're going to be side by side with people, it could be a very interesting argy-bargy couple of corners. I'm good, thanks, Elvis. Scott Bed, I can't comment on things like that, bud. How you doing, Frosty Bird? Ooh, a little bit of a wide there by VP Isaac, and that, yeah, that's going to be an invalidation of his lap. So he's actually going to have to start all over again here. So Popzu starting another quick lap here, 14 TX3. You can see with that very very distinct livery there, the bright green and black for TX3. Storm, obviously, in exactly the same livery there. They're both running for the same team. And I'll tell you what, thank you to Maroof, because I did ask these guys before the stream started. I said, could you please just be in a different livery, like just for one race? And Maroof went, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to do that for you. So thank you to Maroof. I don't know if you'll watch this back, mate, but really do appreciate that. You can see that Pinzes is currently in 7th position, 10.1 seconds off the pace. And actually, we've just been told that he is very big on race room. So he's definitely got racing pedigree. It's just whether he can transition into Project Cars 2. It's a very different game. But, you know, if you've got talent, you're more than likely going to find something. Just look at Jardier. Jardier came from race room, and he's one of the very quickest in the world. I'm good, thanks, Charo. How you doing, mate? You all right? Wylinga, then, for Team Race Stars. Needs to get a lap time in pretty sharpish. We've still got 11 minutes left on the clock, but don't want to put too much pressure on yourself. Comes across the line, he goes up into 6th, 1.2 seconds off the pace. So he's put a banker time in. He's going to be happy with that. He's got himself involved, and now he can go about trying to find that extra bit of time to push him up into towards the top 4. Remember, it's not all about winning this race. It's just about getting into that top 4 to qualify for the final, the live final at the Zolder track itself. What a prize that is in itself. Just getting there is an experience, but then you can battle that out for 10,000 euros plus prizes from the sponsors of the event. So a lot to play for here, guys. A lot to play for. Checking out how Yuhan's doing. I thought you'd be checking out Wylinga. Wylinga's, is he not in your team anymore? Have I got the information wrong? I know that Yuhan's now Team VP, but is Wylinga not Team Rally Stars anymore? Maroof has managed to get a time in then, 1.9 seconds off the pace. 10 minutes to go, so he's got a bank of time in. Pinzes is the one here who's struggling, and it might be to do with track limits. Just not really understanding it currently, because you know, you could be really, really good on the game, but there's just little edges of tracks that you can take. If you play this game, you know, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, or you know, maybe 20 hours a week, you know the little narcs of tracks. You know that where you can get away with a cut, where you can't get away with a cut. And you know, if Pinzes is a race room expert, you know, he would have had limited time on this game. So now he's got, you know, it's a big learning curve for him in qualifying right now. He's learning as he's driving. Oh, Charo, I didn't realise that. I apologise, and I'm sorry to hear that, bud. So here we go then. Pinzes comes across the line here. Is he going to manage to get a time in finally? He doesn't. Goes up into 7th, so it's only 1.9 seconds separating everyone now. They've all got their banker times in, and now this is where it's going to get very, very interesting as well. Drift Department, thank you very much for that follow. Do appreciate it. Isaac then really does need to find that. Well, it's just about 1/10 here, so he's got the pace here. We know how good Storm is. Storm is one of the very best on this game, if not the best, arguably the best, I would say. Between him and Jardier and people like Isaac, I guess, that are the best, I would say. And for Isaac to be within 1/10 of a second, or just over, just goes to show that this could be a very close battle indeed. But we know how good Storm is as a front runner. Storm, you want to kind of peg him back. You do not want him to be on the front row. These Porsche all start really well. We all know that the Porsche is very strong with a start, but they've all got the same car, so no one's got an advantage here. G2 Topper then coming across the line. Is he going to be able to get himself up into the top 3 or top 2? He's improved on his time then, so he's taken 0.3 of a second out of his previous time, and he's in a 1:30.875 now, so he's about 0.7 of a second off the pace. Yuhan now finds himself sort of isolated now in 5th position. He's got half a second to make up here if he does want to find himself in that top 4. And like I said, qualifying is one thing, guys. Racing is very much the other. Charo, I have no idea, but on YouTube it is looking good too. Appreciate that, Drift Department. So I'm not actually running the stream on YouTube. I'm just streaming it on my channel to just get more eyes on the event, and hopefully that works. Apologies for all people who just wanted here to watch the racing and you seeing all my alerts pop up on the screen, but that's just part of my stream here, guys. So hopefully you do enjoy my my commentary of this, especially the people that just watch esports for esports. You might never have listened to my commentary at all, and you're going to hear lots of analogies about this race that you will not understand from me because I talk a lot of rubbish. Riffmaster, thank you very much for that follow. Yuhan does improve, 1/10 of a second improvement, so he's not quite in that within that 1 second area now to get into that top 4. So he's under a little bit of pressure here, but he's still putting in laps here. The good thing with Yuhan is he is consistent right now. He hasn't put a foot wrong. He hasn't spun the car out. He hasn't invalidated any lap times. He's getting quicker and quicker as the qualification's going on. You've got people like Storm who's been to the pits twice. Isaac's been into the pits from a spin, and obviously he made a mistake at the final corner, getting a slowdown. You've got Popsu. Popsu looks like he's been doing pretty well here as well. Let's check out the timing and see how many laps these guys have done. So you can see that Popsu, Storm, actually Yuhan's only done 4 laps. So Popsu and Storm have done 6 laps here. Wailinga and Pinzes have done 5 each. Let's check out the last lap. So Storm did a 2 minutes 33.8 on his previous lap. Isaac, on the other hand, has done last lap 1 minute 30.5, and a 1 minute 30.3 is his best. So he is very consistent right now. Popsu as well, 30.5, 30.4 is his quickest. Very consistent. Topper has done a 58 and then a 30. So again, not too consistent. But Yuhan, both in the 31s. So you can see that the consistency is really there for a few of these guys, but then a few of the other guys are really struggling to get the lap times dialed in every single lap. So it could be a very interesting race indeed. Chara, we know what Yuhan's like. We know what Yuhan is the most relaxed esports driver there is. God, imagine if he took it seriously. Jesus, he'd be amazing. He'd be really good. Yeah, if only he took this sort of thing seriously. Tell you what though, Popsu's been in AOR and in a couple of other competitions. He's not been looking the force in Project Cars 2 as he once was. We got Deheidi, who's been doing very well for Team TX3, but Popsu here seems to have found a bit of form again, and it's going to be interesting when there's team competitions in the future on this game. I would imagine there would be. If it's 2 people that are selected, you know, you got Storm, Popsu, and Deheidi, and I think Storm's kind of nailed on, but Deheidi coming out of absolutely nowhere on PC, it's going to put a bit of pressure on Popsu. But Popsu today, he is dialed in. They're all now within 1.6 seconds of pole position, so you may say that that's a big, big distance, but the time Storm has produced is unbelievable. This is not going to be a quick time by Popsu. He's slowed down, probably to cool his tyres down. Isaac then is on a quick one by the looks of things. No, he's not. He's on a very slow one again. Storm not able to really improve on his time. Topper's in the pits. They've got 4 minutes 40 seconds to go, so now it's starting to be 50p, 5p time. These guys are really on some serious pressure here to get into that top 4. So, you know, ideally you don't want to be getting to the last 10 minutes of the race and you're outside that top 4 and you're like, oh, I need someone to make a mistake or something like that. You want to try and be in the top 4 from start to finish here, just for your own peace of mind, for you being comfortable in the race. You don't take any risks, let's say. The top 4 will qualify, Charo. The top 4 here will qualify and go to Zolder for the live final. You got to the stream late, mate. I put all this out there earlier on. But yeah, the top 4 will qualify for the final. So currently, if the race was to finish as qualifying is going, Storm is in pole, Isaac is in second, Popsu is in third, and Topper is in fourth. So those 4 would qualify right now. But we know that qualifying is one thing, and I keep saying it, the racing is very much different. So watching Yuhan here, see how he adapts to this track. Remember, the track is going to get quicker and quicker and quicker as the track rubbers in. A lot more grip available. I don't know any information, Scott. I am just a commentator. When you see Crofty and Martin Brundle commentating on Formula 1, you don't get people tweeting them asking them how much it's going to cost to go to the event. I'm just a commentator. Ah, Crofty, can I get an autograph? Yeah, of course you can. Don't suppose you you know how much the hotels are and whether I can claim it back at all, do you? What for what race? For Hungary this weekend? I have no idea. I'm just a commentator. Come on. I don't know that information. How you doing, Hybrid? You're right. Charel, thank you very much for hosting the stream. Do appreciate that. So there you go, Johan across the line, not improving on his time again, and actually he's now down into 6th position because Maroof has found some time here. He's found 0.3 of a second, and he's pushed himself up into a top 5 position. Very interesting indeed. So Pinzes, he's getting quicker and quicker as the session goes, and like I said, guys, he's going to be learning as the race happens. He could be a serious danger in the race. He's just going to get faster and faster. Obviously, he's got pedigree within racing. He's going to be finding out a lot about himself and a lot about this track as it goes. And we'll watch him come across the line here. He's going to have enough time to put in at least 1 more lap, I think. Maybe potentially 2. I think it's going to be 2 laps here. And we'll just see whether he's just going to shave another couple of tenths off his time. And he does find some time here. So Pinterest now up into 7th position. Just shaves Weilinga down into 8th. And do you know what? I think Pinzes should have kept going here, because he potentially could have got himself right involved here. But now it's 1.2 seconds spread across the 8 drivers. He's now going to try and do another lap here. I think Storm's coming across the line. Didn't improve on his time. Watch Isaac then. Isaac's going to be coming down towards the final chicane here. Is he going to get himself onto that pole position? Scott Ben, I'm a commentator! And there we go. Isaac does not improve. He's got 1 more opportunity here. Popsu's in the pits. That's his qualification over. Topper coming across the line here. He will have 1 more opportunity. Not able to find any time here. So it's now all on this lap here. So we're going to watch. Well, Storm's gone through first here. So we'll go on board with Storm. Storm's coming through the 2nd chicane. Then we'll go to Isaac, and then we'll go to Topper. They're the top 4 right now, and they're going to be coming across the line for their final... Well, this is their final attempt on a lap here. Storm may be able to get 1 more in. Yeah, I think Storm's going to get another lap in here, guys. So actually, he's on pole position currently, and he will have a lap to cover everyone else off. So he's actually timed this to perfection. He's going to cross the line with about 7 or 8 seconds to go here. Very clever from Storm indeed. He's going to go for it. Across the line he goes. No improvement on his time, but he doesn't need to cover him off, because we've now got Isaac in the pits. He's coming back out, I guess, to practice his start. Popsu is in 3rd spot. Topper is in 4th. You see Isaac here. Is he going to be able to get a start in? I don't know. Yuhan's on a slowdown. There you go. Yuhan's going to practice his start. Watch the cockpit. Pretty good launch there from him. A little bit of wheel spin. He's going to do it again, so we get to watch him again. Again, a bit more wheel spin that time, but the tyres will be a bit like chewing gum at this point for them. But Storm is going to be on pole position unless Isaac... Well, no, Isaac's not going to be able to, is he? Of course. Storm is going to be your pole sitter. Isaac is going to be in 2nd spot. Popsu in 3rd. Topper in 4th. Maroof is going to be in 5th. Yuhan in 6th. Pins is going to be in 7th. And then we've got Weilinga in 8th. Very interesting indeed. I'm not sure whether they're going to have to pit here, guys. Some of you guys that have already qualified, you might have to let me know. Although it might be better to keep it a surprise. But I'm not sure whether they're going to actually have to pit in this race. I reckon they're going to be able to do the whole hour here. I could be wrong, though. We've got 4 seconds remaining and it's race time. It is race time. There we go, then. TX3 Storm is on pole position. Then we've got Isaac in 2nd for Team VP. And then a 2nd TX3 driver in the top 3 there for Popsu. G2 Topper then is in 4th position. Maroof is in 5th. Yuhan is in 6th. Pinzes is in 7th. 8th. for Weilinga. Dr. Mark Green, thank you so much there for that 1,000 cheers. Really do appreciate that. We just got these guys readying up now, so they'll just be doing their last-minute checks here before they get ready to go. Everyone needs to ready up before we can go here, but it is now time for some race time. Get the hashtag legends and the hashtag moist out there, please. Oh, they're all here. Gypsy Love, these are the very best. There's 8 here that are very exceptional at this game. Exceptional at this game. How you doing, Savvy Man? Where's the hashtag legends, guys? Come on. There we go. So once they've readied up, we are ready to rock and roll here. But again, Storm on pole. Isaac is in second position, as you can see here. And then in third is Popsy. You can see it's really, really close here. You can't even see Storm to our right-hand side here. So if Isaac gets a really good start, he's got the inside line through turn number 1 as well. So it could be very interesting. We then got Popzoo here in third spot. Topper is in fourth. Miroof is in 5th position. Yuhan in 6th. Pinzes is in 7th. And then we've got Weilinga at the back here in 8th spot. Very interesting indeed. And this guy is broadcasting with me. Yeah. We'll give El Racer a shout out. Why not? Come on, El Racer. You can do this. You can get to the pits quick. But Storm on pole position here. Just waiting for them all to ready up. They're all divas at this level, guys. They are all divas. May Streaming, how you doing, man? They're just... I don't know what they're doing. They've got to make sure that their race gloves are tight enough to their hands. They've got to make sure that their socks are the right colour for the pedals. They're just divas. They're just keeping us waiting here. But we've got 17 seconds left, and they will have to go. So I'm wondering whether it's actually El Racer here at this point. He's just given them the full 2 minutes. But 3, 2, 1. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. It is race time here at Zolder. 1 hour's racing between the 8 of the very best. Top 4, are they going to go through? There we go then. Storm in pole position in the green and black car. Isaac gets a very good start here up the inside. And is he going to be able to make a move into 1 here? You've got Popzoo is in 3rd spot. Isaac then goes for the lunge, and he's going to get it done. Yes, he is. You can see that Storm is now in 2nd spot. Isaac does get that move done. Very clean start from these guys. And what a start for Team VP. That's exactly what they needed. They do not need Storm to be in the lead because he is a great front runner here. But with a slipstream down into that chicane, we know that if he gets a sniff of an opportunity, he will absolutely take it here. So Isaac needs no mistakes here. For the first couple of laps, settle into this race. Do not let him bully you at this point. G2 Topper is in 4th position. Once the drunk cameraman does get himself back involved here. But let's check out the front 2 here. Let's check out a bit of cockpit cam through the chicane. See Isaac there runs a little bit wide. His momentum's not quite there here, so Storm is going to just drift up alongside him here. And Isaac goes defensive. And now Storm's going to go up the inside here. Isaac's going to have to get on the brakes late here. And he does. Storm tries to turn in. He's going to be under pressure here from Popzoo, I believe. Topper makes the move here on Popzoo. Where's Popzoo gone? Oh, what a move there by Topper. He's got it done as well. Wow, he has licked it and sent it. G2 Topper, take a bow. GG. Now we've got Yuhan here in 5th position, putting some pressure on with Weilinga. Oh, Yuhan's going to make a move at the inside. Popzoo, is he going to get it done? Popzoo's going to be able to get the power early. He's down wide, but Yuhan's got it done here. And now Weilinga's trying to get the position as well. A little bit of argy-bargy here. Popzoo's trying to fight back. Weilinga's trying to get on the outside there in the blue. And are we going to see Popzoo get back up into the lead? We do. Popzoo gets the move done there late on the brakes. And actually, Yuhan may have damage to that car. But at the present, we have got, after lap number 1, Isaac is in 1st position. Storm is now dropped down 1.1 seconds behind in 2nd spot. Topper in 3rd. In 4th is Popzoo. Popzoo under all sorts of pressure here. Yuhan and Weilinga having a... Well, I don't know what was going on there. There was a little bit of argy-bargy by the looks of things. And now Miroof is back... Well, Yuhan's run out wide here. I don't know whether he's letting his mates come through, but actually, no, he's not. Miroof is trying to make a bit of pressure here. We've also got Pinzes. Pinzes is trying to make a move here as well. You can see in that blue car. He's going to try and go up the inside here through turn number 3. I think he is going to get it. Oh, no. Pinzes runs wide, actually. He's not going to hold it around the outside. And actually, Weilinga is going to get that position. And I wonder if Pinzes may have a slowdown penalty here. But Popzoo is hanging on to the top 4 here by the skin of his teeth right now. And he's got 4 cars very, very angry in behind him. But look at Storm and the leader here, Isaac. They are both battling here for position. Is Storm going to be able to show his class here under a real serious bit of pressure? Pole sitter for this race, and now he finds himself down in 2nd. What a start. What a start, guys. Whew. It's a different Isaac, Mace. It's a different Isaac. Isaac Price you're on about, isn't he? He's still with GT. The gap now 9/10 of a second, so Storm is reining him in ever so slightly. Look at Topper, though. Topper, who doesn't ever tell anyone that he's like a track specialist on Project Cars 2 or anything. He's very good at Rallycross, but he is hanging with the top boys right now. He's only 1.9 seconds off the pace, and any sort of mistake can happen. We've got 56 minutes of this, guys, and anything can happen. But look here, there's a little battle happening in behind here. Weilinga trying to catch up here to Maroof. We've got also actually a battle here for that 4th qualifying position, so that's probably a better battle to watch here. Although we've got a wide movement there by Maroof, so Weilinga's probably going to get an opportunity here. Again, he's using all the track for the entrance, which means he can get the power earlier on the exit. Maroof, the TX3, is going to be under some serious pressure if he keeps taking the corners defensively like he is. He doesn't need to defend like he has been. And again, there he goes, he's taking a good line there. Actually gets a very good entrance, but his exit's going to be compromised. And Weilinga here with that slipstream down in towards the chicane. Not going to be close enough to have a little nibble here. Storm now within 0.4 of a second of Isaac, so that's closed right up here. Let's get on board here with Storm. Storm then trying to get something going here. So Storm doesn't have an off button. He will go, you know, 100 miles an hour the whole time. He doesn't care. He knows the top 4 will qualify here, but he will want to win this race. He doesn't. Second place is the first loser for him. And you see it's all over the back of VP Isaac here. On the brakes earlier here, and he's actually forced Isaac there to get on the brakes a little bit later, and actually Isaac makes a mistake here. So 55 minutes of this pressure. Can Isaac hang on? Well, it'd be nice to see it. It'd be nice to see a real battle here. Fat Man, how you doing, bud? Dead Pixels, how you doing, dude? So coming through the final chicane here, and along the final straight here, and then we're coming towards turn number 1, the Erst turn. Maroof has a penalty here, so the pressure he was being put under by Weilinga. You can see it's very, very close here. Let's check out the timings. We have a 2-second penalty here, so Weilinga really needs to get this done now. He's going to try and make a move up into turn number 1. He actually gets to the brakes early. I think Maroof's going to make a mistake here and run wide. And we're going to the trackside here, and there you go. The blue car on the inside is Weilinga, and the red and white car is Maroof. And Maroof is going to go defensive here and hold on. And there's going to be no chance here for Weilinga to do the whoop-de-wop. And actually, Pins is in 8th position, is closing in now. Top 3 separated by absolutely nothing. Actually, Storm here is going to try and make a move here. He's around the outside. Is he going to be able to get it done here? Up and towards the chicane, they're going to go through side by side. Storm's going to have to get on the brakes and let him go through there. And actually now Topper is putting some pressure on the TX3 driver. It's a 3-way battle here for the lead. Look at Topper trying to get side by side with Storm. He's going to have to take the outside line through the second chicane here. And Isaac is, well, Isaac's proven to be a thorn in Storm's side right now. And the top 3 have closed right up here. And Storm really should have got on the brakes earlier there for that chicane and just followed Isaac through. So he's cost himself a hell of a lot of time there trying to make a move through there when it was just never really on. I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep up this enthusiasm for an hour, but these 3 are going absolutely gung-ho right now. And Topper just needs to realise, you know, these guys battling in front, he doesn't need to get involved. He needs to wait for some sort of mistake to happen here, and he could be in a good spot. Like I said, the top 4 qualify here, guys. So Topper's in a very good spot right now, but if he wants to go and win this race, he needs to just sit back, watch this unravel. Storm then again getting a really good exit out of the final corner here, and he's going to get a nice wide entrance into turn number 1. Isaac's going to have to go defensive, and I think Storm's going to try and get up the inside here. Oh, Isaac there just losing the rear. I think Storm's going to get him for that. Yeah, Storm's going to get him. So Storm is going to go up into the lead. One mistake there by Isaac, and it is all over here. Well, Isaac's now got a good run on him. Oh, Storm just squeezes him here. It is side-by-side action. Isaac's going to try and go up the inside here. Yes, he is. Up towards turn number 3. Storm squeezes Isaac around turn number 3. They both get through. Oh, Storm runs wide. G2 Topper now is going to run alongside VP Isaac here. And this is really, really crazy battling right now. And Topper actually does get up into 2nd position. Storm is in 1st, and Isaac now in 3rd position. Whew. I am sweating. What a race start this is. So now Topper is on the ascendancy here. And is he going to be able to make some sort of move here on Storm? Isaac, who's led this race from start. Oh, Storm's just lost the rear there. You can see Storm struggling here, and the pressure is real. And this is actually giving Popsu, who's in 4th position, the chance to catch up to these guys. What a race so far. Look at this Topper on the brakes late there. Is actually going to lose the rear of slightly. This is going to give Isaac the opportunity to catch up here. And as you can see, Storm, with that mistake, has just got a ½ a second lead on these guys. And he will want to keep that intact. You can see Isaac then trying to make a move here on Topper. And actually, oh, there's a mistake there by Storm. Storm's run wide into that final chicane here. And Topper's going to have seen that. And there's an opportunity here. He needs to get that slipstream, but actually Storm's managed to get a really good exit here. And this is where Storm is at his absolute strongest here. He will now... He just need a second lead and he's gone. He is absolutely gone. He's run wide there, though. That could potentially be a slowdown. It is. Oh, he's really on the limit here. Although he's actually pulling out a bit of a gap now. So the gap's now 1 second. You can see that Isaac now in third position was leading this race. That one big mistake has cost him 2 positions. And yeah, the battling for that first spot is gone. So Storm now will pretty much drive away at this point. He is a very, very good front runner. That's his biggest strength. Biggest strength is his front running ability. Although he's just made a mistake there again. G2 Topper, though, he's a big surprise here. I figured he might qualify. I think he's got the pace to qualify. But running with the top 3, as he is, showing the pace he's showing, now that is a big surprise to me. And actually, it's really good to see. And he is unbelievable. Remember, he qualified for the Dirt 4 World Championship semi-final. He's just been signed by Red Bull for their F1 Esports Series. He drives for Fernando Alonso G2 team. He's also the A1 League Season 1 Rallycross Project Cars 2 champion of the world. And he's also just amazing at iRacing. He's just a phenomenal, phenomenal driver. And I'm sure there's someone here who'll go, well, actually, he also saved 4 cats from a tree once, and the fire brigade were nowhere to be seen. He's just an absolute gem of a human. So find himself up in second spot, and he's actually not losing time. If anything, he's catching up to Storm. So Storm was 1.1 seconds as they crossed the line on the previous lap. And that's what it says. Topper was slower on that lap, but he's closed the gap here. So Pinzis and Maroof both have a penalty. They're both 10 seconds and 12 seconds down, respectively. Yuhan is still in the battle here. You can see that there's 8 seconds separating the top 6 right now. Still got 50 minutes to go. And any mistakes here, and that will be it. And I think, oh, hold on. Isaac's made a mistake then. Isaac's now in 4th position. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-horse race at the front here. Weilinga and Yuhan are now chasing down Isaac's. Topper is very close here to Storm. Makes a mistake through the chicane there. Runs a bit too much over the curbs. And that may cost him some time, but he's in a very good spot here. There you go. He's got to slow down. And this is where the race now becomes very sporadic indeed. But Weilinga chasing down Isaac for that 4th position. So remember, you can win this race, but it makes no difference. Just getting into the top 4 will qualify you for the Zolder final. So Isaac then, after leading this race, looking very comfortable, he's a little bit rattled now, and he kind of needs to take a couple of laps here just to sit back, relax, and go, do you know what? I'm in a qualifying position right now. I'm in that top 4. I do not want the guys behind me putting too much pressure on, so I just need to really relax here and just get it done. Hold on. What's happened here? Is there someone in the pits? Oh, that's weird. The whole timing screen went really funny then. Not too sure what happened there. Weilinga is in 5th. Let's have a little run down there. So Storm now leads by 2.1 seconds, and yeah, that will probably stay as it is for the rest of this race because he's just so good when there's no pressure on him. He is unbelievable. He's brilliant under pressure. So when there's nothing on him, he just laps like it's a hot lap session. Topper is in 2nd for G2 Fernando Alonso Racing, and then we've got Popsu who is racing for TX3. So TX3 have got 2 people in a qualifying position right now. Then we've got Isaac for Team VP in 4th position. Then we've got Weilinga who used to race for Team Rally Stars, but doesn't actually have a team currently. And then we've got Yuhan, who races for Team VP as well. And he really does need to find some time here. He's 3 seconds off of Isaac's pace. So that's now what they've got to be aiming for at this point. They don't want to be aiming for the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd position. People like Yuhan and Weilinga, they need to be aiming for Isaac. Isaac's in 4th right now. Isaac's actually closing in on Popsu here. It's about a 2nd gap. And obviously with his qualification, he's shown he's got the pace here. So he'll definitely want to have that security of 3rd position. And Popsu will not want to give it away. Yeah, that was strange drift department, wasn't it? That was just like, what? What? So here we go, and then Popsu under a bit of pressure here. See, the gap isn't really extending here. Storm and Topper are probably staying around the same sort of distance. Although, Topper just made a mistake. As I say that, has he made a mistake? No, maybe not. So I'm not too sure what's happening here. We're going to check out cockpit cam here of Isaac. We're watching for a couple of laps here, see if he can close in on Popsu. But actually, he's lost a bit of time here, if anything. And we'll just see whether he can close in on our man, Popsu. So any predictions, guys? Do any of you think that potentially we could see anyone as currently outside the top four? Do you think anyone outside the top four currently could sneak in here, guys, or do you think the top four that are there right now are going to last out this next 46 minutes and keep hold of those positions? So the top four are really lapping quickly as well, all in the 32s, but then so is Weilinga. Yuhan just in the 33s here, so Weilinga just off the pace here. You see Popsu there struggled, and he's lost a bit of time here to Isaac. He's run out on the curb on the exit there, which means he cannot get onto the power as quickly as he'd like to. And if he does, he risks losing the car completely. And there you go, he's just running wide there slightly as well. And you can just see he just looks a little bit rattled at this point, but he's in third position. He's just thinking, I just need to keep third position. It's a good spot to be in. Being in fourth, obviously, one mistake and the guy behind you is going to take that spot, and you're not going to qualify. But in third, you can afford a few little mistakes, and you're only going to lose sort of one position, and you're still going to be in that top four. Yeah, Yuhan's pretty good with strategy. Unfortunately, there's no pit stops though, so it is a flat-out sprint for an hour in this race. Whether or not he's going to be saving his tyres or not, that may come into fruition later. The guys at the front who've been pushing lap after lap, they may lose some tyre wear coming near the end of the race. Everyone backing Yuhan here. It's like Twitch's favourite son for racing, Yuhan. Everyone wants to see him do well, and he's the one that people are picking out. I have no idea how to pronounce that name, but thank you very much for the follow. So yeah, guys, if you guys are interested in me doing this for qualifier number 3, I'm more than happy to do so next week. I'll speak to the guys at the E-Series and see whether they're happy with what I do tonight. But yeah, if you would like to see this next Thursday, the next round of qualifiers, so there'll be, you would imagine, the four that don't qualify will more than likely get in next week into the finals. Then let me know. Let me know in the chat, because I do enjoy doing something a little bit different. It's nice to cast the esports for this game. Let's see, Popsu and Isaac are separated by about 0.8 of a second right now, and the gap just doesn't seem to be coming down. Yeah, Yuhan is in the 32s again now, though. He's 32.8, so he's starting to get back in amongst... Actually, everybody's in the 32s, apart from Topper. Well, Topper's just done a 32.2, as I say that. Popsu's done a 32.8, a 32.7 then for Isaac. Weilinga a 33.0. Yuhan with a 32.8, so he's actually catching up to Weilinga. And then we've got Maruf, who's just done a 32.9. And Pins has done a 33.4. So everybody's lapping relatively the same. There's only really Storm and Topper that are lapping ultra quicker than anyone else. So there is an opportunity here for people to catch up. But look at this, Isaac really is starting to close in now. Popsu, again, running ever so slightly wide, nearly catching a bit of gravel, up towards this first chicane. So this is the pressure, you know. They do know that it's the top 4 that go through. You see that chicane there is going to catch someone out as well. And you'll see the next chicane, again, I mentioned it qualifying. The way that the camber works on this chicane here, there's going to be a few people under pressure later on in this race, and they're going to really want to make up positions, and they're going to take a liberty with it, and they're going to make a mistake. You see their Popsu really running out wide on the exit there, and which means it's going to affect him up and towards the exit of this corner as well. And you see Isaac is closing in here. Very technical track and DP's nuts. You're not wrong, bud. You see Popsu ran wide there, but he's able to get on the power. He's not rotated, which is what Isaac had there. So Isaac's closed in on the entrance, but the exit is not able to really follow through with it. You can see Popsu there making a bit of a mistake, actually. Makes a meal of it. Oh, he's completely gone. Isaac then side by side, and I think Isaac's up to third spot. Yes, he is. So there we go. That's all it takes. A little bit of pressure here, and Popsu has cracked. And now Popsu is the guy in 4th position. So, yeah, the hunted's now become the hunter. So now we're going to witness Popsu. But if Popsu can find some pace here and close back in on Isaac, he can drag Weilinga involved as well. Yuhan done a 34.0 on that previous lap. Weilinga did a 32.6. A 32.6, so a little bit quicker again. He's actually quicker than the guys in front of him. Popsu did a 33.1. So Yeah, Weilinga, you can see just in that blue car there, in the distance. We're going to start hearing Jaws music in a minute, because he might start to find a bit of consistency here. We're just about a third of the way through this race, and there's an opportunity here. I'm just hoping they stay close, so I don't want it to be too much hard work making this exciting. But these guys are doing a very good job of it currently. So we'll go aboard with Popsu then for a little bit. We've watched Isaac. Obviously, Isaac taking some pretty good lines, got the move done. Popsu making a mistake, and actually Popsu not looking very comfortable at all here. Maroof is catching up here to Yuhan. So Yuhan's starting to struggle. And I'm not sure what tyre wear they've got on, guys. Is tyre wear on? So the guys that have already raced in this series? There's a very rushed job of me getting involved in this today, so there's a few things I'm not quite clear on. So please don't blame me. We're all friends here, right? We're all friends here, guys. Really is starting to put the pressure on here. I think Yuhan may be starting to struggle. Halfway point. Tyre wear is on. So I think the tyres are really starting well. You can see here Maroof's also struggling. I think these guys have maybe pushed a little bit too hard. Go then, Yuhan with that big mistake then, and again this is really where they're going to start to struggle here. And Yuhan going ultra defensive, and is Maroof going to be able to go around the outside? Maroof late on the brakes here. Yuhan just about leaving enough room on the exit there, and Maroof not able to make that move stick. Maroof then in that slipstream down towards the... Oh, Yuhan just makes that movement there. Great defending. Very good defending. Actually, Maroof goes on the grass there. So Yuhan, it looks like he's done a double movement there, but he hasn't. What he's done is he's faked to defend. He's done a fake to defend and then just gone straight to the line. You can flash for your lights or you like Maroof at that point, but Yuhan has just done a fake defend move. It was one movement. Very, very clever, actually. You see that very rarely as well. Weilinga not able to put any pressure on Popsu, but these two are the closest to each other on track. If I did that in iRacing, I'd have no tyres. Yeah, these guys are really struggling with tyres right now as well. So Weilinga is catching up to the back of Popsu here. So this is a battle for that elusive top four. See, the bottom three here have now all got penalties, and at this stage of the race, unless there's a big mistake, you can almost count them out here. But now Popsu is really starting to struggle here, and Weilinga is closing in. You can see Storm's still doing he's done a 32.4. Topper's done a 32.1, a 32.2 for Isaac. Popsu's done a 33.1, and a 32.5 for Weilinga. So you can see Popsu's struggling with these tyres, and Yuhan, Maroof, and Pinses, they're all struggling with the tyres as well at this point. But there's a few of these guys that really are finding some time where time should not be found. Oh yes, Stick Death. These are aliens of every definition of the word. Kralor, we've got Baffrage, we've got Unju Bo. They've both qualified to go to Zolder. We've also got a couple of people in here from other teams that have qualified as well. I don't like that noise, guys. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good. But look at this then. Weilinga is really starting to put the hammer down here. Just see, well, Popsy does hit a pretty good apex there, but they're not able to get on the power quite as early. And actually, there we go. So Popsy's had to run out wide there for the fear of spinning that car, and that may be potentially a slowdown here. We'll have to wait and see. And at this point in the race, is it better to keep track position or is it better to slow down? If you slow down, you might be able to get some life into the tyres. But on the flip side, if you get track position, that's what it's all about. So it looks like Popsy may have got away with it here, actually. His name hasn't flashed up as red. But we shall see. Actually, Popsu seems like he's just driven away ever so slightly. So Popsu was a tenth of a second off the pace, but they're back into the 32s. And look at the times that Storm and Topper are producing right now. A 32.026 for Storm, and Topper has done a 32.062. The two quickest laps of this race so far, and we're at the halfway point of the race. The tyres are going to be screaming at them, and they are still producing the onions. Fair play. That is quick, guys. That is so quick. Topper then. Let's watch these as they cross the line here. So see what Storm produced. Storm has done a 32.1 that last lap. So consistent. Topper has produced a 32.2. They're just so quick at the front here. Oh, and Isaac's now done a 31.8. Quickest lap of the race then. Isaac, a 31.881. And all of a sudden, Isaac's now found some pace. Popsu then has done a 32.3. So the top four really are on fire right now. And Weilinga's done a 32.4. So he's in the hunt here. He's in the hunt. He just needs Popsy to make a couple of mistakes. And as the tyres do go off more and more and more, it's going to be about a battle of the bravest here. It looks like Pins is in the pits. And I'm wondering whether he's actually changing his tyres here. He's coming to the pits now, so we'll just see whether he's coming in for some new tyres. And maybe go a little bit quicker, or he's got damage to that car. I'm not too sure here, but I don't think anyone else is going to pit. Oh, he's got a drive-through, actually, for the amount of track cuts he's done. We'll check the timings. It's a 5-second penalty here, so I think he may have had a drive-through at this point, and that is race over for him, unfortunately. Maroof then, still putting that pressure on Yuhan. Yuhan has not cracked yet, up towards chicane. A bit of a tight entrance there for Yuhan, so it's going to slow his exit speed out, that's for sure. Oh, Topper's now within 2.6 seconds of Storm. So Storm has made a mistake here, and I believe Storm may have done a slowdown. May have had a slowdown penalty here, and that says to me that Storm's pushed it a little bit too hard. Interesting times. 2 seconds taken out by Topper on this lap. We'll check it out as they go across the line again. This battle's not really coming to fruition. Here we go, across the line. And so Storm for that time's going to be about a 34, I think. 33.9, pretty much a 34. And then Topper is going to be producing a 32.3. All of a sudden, the plot is starting to thicken here at Zolder. Although Topper just missed the apex there, which is he's going to be really annoyed with himself about. He prides himself on perfection. But yeah, all of a sudden, Storm looks vulnerable. Be interesting to see how that plays out over the next couple of laps. But anyway, back onto Maroof here. Maroof trying to get that move done here on Yuhan. Is it going to be able to do so? Just getting into the mirror there on the inside. That's actually going to cost him on the exit here. But he's trying to get into the mind here of Yuhan the Dutchman. Oh, Yuhan on the brakes a lot earlier there, and that may be a defensive strategy, actually. Quite clever, to be fair. But you can see he's fighting with the wheel here, is Maroof. Like he's just trying to counter-steer this car to safety around every single corner. And you can see this again, look. See the different moves on that wheel. Look at that. Really is fighting, but he's so close to Yuhan now. And he's finding a traction where Yuhan isn't quite. Goes up wide here. Yuhan defending like a genius again. And this is where it's going to be race experience, guys. You've got people like Maroof, who is very new to the esports scene. I've not seen much of him. Maybe he's got a different gamer tag to what he's had in previous races. And maybe he is a bit of a veteran. Oh, he's going to have to... He's been forced to make a move there. He got on the brakes late. And he's not. That was not an intentional move there by him at all. Yuhan got on the brakes perfectly, but Maroof has been forced to try and make a move up the inside because he was just too late on the brakes. And actually, it's cost Yuhan time here. Here we go. Yuhan makes that one move. Maruf around the outside here. Trackside time. Yuhan's actually going to hold on to that position. And you see there, Yuhan made one defensive move. Great haircut there by the Dutchman. But these guys now are slowing each other down to get into that battle for the top 6. And you see Wailinga closing in on Popzu. I'm going to watch Maruf into that final chicane here. Lap times for Storm and Topper update. Both done a 32.2 on the previous lap. Unbelievable at this point. Unbelievable. So we just had to confirm the penalty count is a maximum of 5 seconds, so it was a drive-through for Pinzi. He now finds himself 49.6 seconds off the pace, and he is not going to be going to Zolder. But I'll tell you what, Maruf here is looking very racy indeed. We've got 31 minutes left on the clock. We're just about the halfway point, and as we've had in the chat, people who've already done races on this in this championship, they've said that the tyres really start to go off around this mark of the track, or this mark of the race. This is going to be interesting. See Yuhan really fighting with the car. They're almost going in sideways, Tokyo drift style. But Maruf not able to get on that power early enough, and this is the trouble. Everyone now will be suffering with the tyres, so you know you could have one person struggling in front of you, but you've just got as just as bad. They're in exactly the same car, exactly the same setups, by the sounds of things as well. And again, Maruf on the brakes late, and this is going to be costing him now because he will be bold spotting those tyres. He will be using the wear on that tyre, but he just needs to calm down. I think he's got the pace here to overtake Yuhan. I think it might be worth him waiting for a mistake. Although he's got to be thinking, I need to get this move done. Pinzis is now retired from the race, by the way. We are down to 7, and that was quite, yeah, it was always going to happen, I'm afraid. Isaac's just done a 35.1. Storm's just taken another 0.3 of a second out of Topper, so Storm's now found a bit of form here. But those two are the stars of the show right now, in first and second. But we've got to keep our eyes on this battle, because it is very close indeed. Yeah, there you go. So I think you'll find that Maruf now is being pretty clever about this. He's actually getting on the brakes later than Yuhan. I think that's silly. I think, actually, I say that. He's now going to pull up alongside. Yuhan there, defensive. Little bit of argy-bargy. You can see Yuhan using the width of that Porsche, every inch of it. Maruf's on the brakes a lot later than Yuhan here. And actually, Yuhan makes a mistake there. His exit's going to be terrible. And here we go. Maruf is on the power earlier. Is he going to be able to get a move done into the big right-hander here? Very, very big braking zone. You can see he's very close indeed. And he's going to probably... he's got to do a fake move here, hasn't he? And now he's probably going to fake. No, he's not. Yuhan actually does hold that position. Yuhan sliding. Is he going to go round? No, he's not. Maruf's going to pull alongside. Here we go then, guys. TX3 versus VP Racing. And you can see Yuhan has got that inside line. Maruf around the outside. This is chicane time. But if they go through side by side, Maruf will have the inside on the exit. And actually, no, he's not. He's going to get on the brakes here. And Yuhan using that car to the maximum here to defend. But Maruf getting a very good exit here. Here we go then, guys. Up into turn number 1. It is side-by-side action again. And this is the racing we want to see. Look at that. Absolutely millimeters between them. Yuhan on the brakes later here. Oh, and Maruf has just turned into him there. And I think Maruf's going to wait for him at this point. It was a fantastic race. I think these both know they're not going to qualify here. And, yeah, Maruf just turned into him. Yuhan's just not taking the apexes. It's hard to explain here. So Yuhan has just run maybe 5 meters wide around turn number 1 than he has to. He's turning late to the apex here just to squeeze Maruf out on the exit, and Maruf hasn't read that situation at all, and he's just turned in onto Yuhan. But fair play to him for sportsmanship there. He did manage to let Yuhan go back through, and this battle will continue. Oh, 31.8 for Storm then. 31.824 is the quickest lap of the race, because we had a 31.881 for Isaac. So Storm now producing the quickest laps of the race. 32.1 for Topper as well. So 0.3 again taken out. Oh, Yuhan making a mistake here. This is where Maruf is quick through that second chicane, and the battle is on again. He's on the power a little bit later there than Yuhan. It's very close indeed. So I would get you involved with the front four, guys, but this is where the action is right now. You know, we've got Storm leading by 3 seconds here. We'll do a little rundown, actually. So Storm just done a 32.1, and Topper's responded with a 31.9. So that's the third person in the 31s, and the cars are at their worst state right now. The tyres, wear must be screaming at them, and they're hitting 31s. Just shows the standard of these guys, by the way. So another 2 tenths taken out by Topper, and I'll tell you what, if Storm gets another slowdown like he did earlier in this race, Topper could be back involved here for the battle for the win. But Storm is in the lead for Team TX3. G2 Fernando Alonso Racing, Topper is in second spot. And then we've got Isaac. I'm not sure whether I'm contractually obliged to mention Red Bull because he's now a Red Bull esports driver. But he's involved in everything, is Topper. Isaac then for Team VP is in third position and looking pretty comfortable here, as well as Popzu. And he's got a nice 3-second gap here to Weilinga. Weilinga looked very dangerous earlier in this race, but unfortunately not able to. But then Yuhan and Maroof are in 6th and 7th, and they're costing each other the chance to go through here. But at this point, they must be just thinking, let's have an absolute barnstorm of a race here. Let's put on a show, and let's show how good we are. Because these guys have got another chance next week to qualify, so it's not all lost for these guys. But Maroof is looking very, very fast indeed. But Yuhan showing defensive skills of an absolute genius right now. Tell you what, I'm doing pretty well to keep the commentary going with 7 drivers. Pretty chuffed. Being all right. Being okay. Just need these 2 guys to stay together for 25 minutes. That'd be fantastic. Down towards the final chicane then, and we'll just check out the lap. So both did a 140 because of that accident on the last lap. But this lap, it should be a little bit quicker. So they've just done a 32.9 as Maroof, and a 33.2 then for Yuhan. So they're not bang off the pace, but yeah, just not lapping quick enough. And Topper's now done another 131. He's done a 131.9, and Storm responds with a 132.0. That is scary pace, guys. Isaac's now on a 32.8, and actually, Popsu's done a 32.2. So Popsu's took 0.6 of a second out of Isaac in third spot. So could see Popsu getting back in. Could see Popsu getting back in here, guys. So Yuhan is fighting with that car at this point, guys. Tyre wear will be dragging his car left and right. Here we go. He's got the run on him here. He's going to be side by side. Yuhan cannot close that off. And he will actually have the inside line going into the chicane. How late can he be on the brakes here? Yuhan's in trouble. Maroof is going to get it done. Yes, he does. He runs wide though. Yuhan's going to try and respond here. He's got the inside line through the right-hander. He's going to get it back here. Great driving by both these guys, side by side. And they're going to go around this right-hander here. It should be flat out. And Maroof loses the position. Woo-hoo! Yes! Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. These guys aren't even battling for a qualification position at this point, guys, but they are putting on one hell of a show. And this is what esports racing is all about. Up in towards that final chicane, and Yuhan using the middle of the road here. Dummy there. I thought you might dummy up the inside. Not able to get the brakes late enough here, but it's all about the exit. Looks like he's going to get a pretty good exit here. Yuhan actually covers him off pretty well at this point. Both in the 31.9s as Storm and Topper now. This is ridiculous. Stop it, guys. Here we go then, guys. We're watching the chicane here. You can see that Maroof had the inside. Then Yuhan retakes that position, but they're still side by side through the right-hander. But Yuhan manages just to close him off by the exit there. And I do love a little bit of replay action with this game. Thank you so much for the action, guys. Maroof now, I think he's pushed a little bit too hard here, and he's lost a few tenths to Yuhan. And, yeah. So he needs to really battle again. It's going to take him a couple of laps to get back. It's about half a second gap now. And actually, he's really struggling here. I've got a funny suspicion he's really worn his tyres at this point. Topper closing back in here. Closing back in. Let's check a bit of cockpit cam out here. We'll watch Topper for a couple of laps here. And then we're going to watch Storm and just see the differences between their lines. You can see they're not bang on the power as early as possible, but they're still producing great lap time. A 32.0 for Storm. A 31.7 for Topper, the quickest lap of the race here, guys. 2.6 seconds separating them. And Topper is finding more pace every lap. And Storm will be seeing this, guys. He will be seeing this. And this is pressure. You know, everyone talks about pressure of the car being right behind you, right in the mirrors, you know, giving you little nudges here and there. But just time in the top of your screen, because they will have it enabled, they will have that HUD option on, is a massive, massive killer to your momentum. So he's now going to be thinking, well, I've got 22 minutes here. If Topper keeps producing lap times of the 31.7 or 31.9 between those two margins, he's going to catch me, and then it really is game on. don't know. I reckon some of these might be using VR actually. I don't think Topper will be. Yuhan maybe, and maybe Storm. Storm's taken a few tenths of a second. I think Storm's responded here, guys. Look at the lines he's taken. He just looks really calm and calculated. He doesn't look like he's pushing the boundaries here, and he's still producing 31s. And actually, if anything, he's catching up to Storm here. You can see he's able to turn while braking. Now, that is key at this stage of the race, with the tyres being as worn as they are. Being able to turn while braking is great control of that brake pedal. So I don't think he'll be using ABS here as well. You want to maximise the brake temperatures. So if you can manage the brake pedal, if you can manage the distance on the car with your own momentum, then it's a massive, massive factor coming into the end of this race. So we're going to check out the lap times. A 31.8 then for Storm, and a 31.9 then for G2 Topper. So they're both in the 31s, and you know they're within sort of 0.3 of a second every lap of this lap they've done previously. That's pretty unbelievable. Pretty unbelievable indeed. Let's watch Storm then. Let's see Storm's lines around this track. You see, he's very relaxed here, but I tell you what, Topper is closing in. Topper is closing in, guys. We could have a bit of a grandstand finish. I really want... We'll keep an eye on the timings here between first and second, and we're going to go on board here with Maroof again, with Maroof and Yuhan. We'll check out the times as they cross the line first. The Storm, it's very similar lines are taken, very relaxed as well. A 32.3, a 31.9 for Topper. Again, Topper... You got to think, Topper wasn't really involved in a side-by-side battle. He made positions by people making mistakes here, whereas Storm in the first couple of laps was really involved in a heavy battle where he would have a lot of his tyre wear. So Topper could be a massive danger nearing the end of this race. We've got Maroof. Whoa, okay, we've just got onto it perfectly here. So Yuhan's got defensively, and Maroof actually lost a bit of time there. Maroof trying to go up the inside, not quite close enough. Very close indeed. A little bit of cockpit cam. So we'll go trackside. See whether we can close in here. Round turn number 1. 19 minutes remaining. So they've done 2/3 of this race now, guys. And these two are bang on the same lap times. 1:34 for 3s. So they're a lot slower than the front runners, but at this point they don't care about that. They are here to put on a show. And by Lord, are they putting on a show here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we want to see from these guys. Yuhan just with a little bit of a gap here. You can see the Yuhan's car is swaying here, and that will be the tyres. Tyres blistered, the tyre wear's gone, and it will pull your car off to the side. So, very interesting indeed. You can see Topper is taking even more time out of Storm. Storm's done a... GM, thank you very much for that follow. I really do appreciate it. Storm's done a 32.0, and Topper again has done a 31. He is really closing in here, and we could genuinely have a grandstand finish here. Love to see it. There we go then. Miro trying to get this move done on Yuhan. He's been trying to do it for now what feels like 3.5 years, and still to no avail. Yeah, Yuhan really is struggling to keep that car straight. I don't think that's going to be from any sort of serious damage here, guys. I genuinely think that is the tyre wear on this car. Maybe he does have the damage actually, because yeah, he is really pulling all over the place here. Quite impressed with Maroof, to be fair. After having a little bit of an accident with Yuhan, he did wait for Yuhan. I've got a mad respect for that. 2.1 seconds is the gap at the front, guys. 2.1 seconds. Topper is definitely the quickest guy on track right now, and consistently so. See Yuhan there really losing out on the exit, and Maruf really closing in down into a chicane. Is Yuhan going to be able to hang on for 17 minutes? Oh, Kralor, the top end of esports, mate. They don't have an off button. First position is all they think about. They don't care about a top 4. Oh, here we go. Maruf maybe looking to go up the inside. Yuhan goes defensive, and actually Yuhan gets a really good exit as well. See that Maruf is fighting with the wheel of this car here. X-Wolf, thank you so much for that donation, buddy. Really do appreciate that, mate. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to have alerts on here or not, but yeah, I really do appreciate that. That's why I'm not going like crazy about it, because yeah, I don't want to take it away from the company that are producing this event. But thank you so much. G2 Husky, how you doing, mate? You're right. Topper is doing very well indeed. He's just they're level pegging here, 32-0. But for the last 4 laps, Topper has been in the 31s here, and Storm hasn't. The gap is coming down, although it looks like Topper's made a mistake here. Oh, we've got to stay on board here with these guys. Let's go trackside. Around the outside, Maruf is going to try and do it. Yuhan closes him off, but actually, Topper has just fallen a second behind here. I think he had a slowdown. We'll check out the lap times as he comes through, but he's just all that hard work he's done. He took a whole second out of Storm over the course of about 6 laps. And now all of a sudden he's got to do all that hard work again, so he's going to be absolutely gutted. But again, back to this battle for 6th position. And again, it doesn't mean anything because the top 4 qualify, but this is the action that's been going for 25 minutes now. These two going at it. Yuhan with the damage, but defending for his absolute life right now. And Maruf trying to give absolutely everything here to take that position. We've got Slavek here as well, manager of TX3, giving out the support for Storm. And Storm's done very well. He's just done a 31.9, and Topper's just done a 33.4. So Topper, 6 laps in a row in the 31s, then produces a 33.4, and that is going to be probably the race killer for him. But he is in the top 4 right now. He's doing very, very well. Let's have a little rundown here. We'll watch these go to the end of this lap. You see Maruf is just, he's got so much more pace here, but he just cannot find a way around Yuhan. Yuhan has to make a mistake here for Maruf to be able to make that move. But Yuhan is struggling to keep that car straight here, guys. He does have that damage. Oh, Maruf on the grass! That is bad, yeah. If he collided there with Yuhan, there's nothing he could have done about that. There's nothing that Maruf could have done about that. He's got on the grass on the brakes, and, well, no one needs to get him on the grass on the brakes. But at the end of lap number 30 then, Storm does lead this race here. 14 TX3, a 1:31.936. Second is G2 Topper with a 1:33.4 on his previous lap, which has cost him a whole second. He got back up into sort of 1.9 seconds behind Storm after being 6 seconds at one point behind him. And yeah, unfortunately, with 14 minutes to go, I think 3.5 seconds might be a bit too much for him to catch up. But he does need to find some consistency again and try and make Storm make that mistake. The Storm has had a slowdown in this race. I think they've had 1 each now. Isaac then in 3rd position did qualify 2nd, got up into 1st on turn number 1, led the race for the first 3 laps, but the pressure just told, and unfortunately he was not able to keep the lead then when Storm and Topper went through to the 1st and 2nd. Popsu, who was in 3rd for a long time as well because Isaac dropped down into 4th, is in that 4th position. He has got Weilinga only 3 seconds behind. So Weilinga really needs to start putting in some lap times here. And actually, as I say that, Popsu just pops in at 1:31.893, which is actually the 4th quickest lap of this race. Unbelievable scenes here. And actually, Topper has just taken 0.3 of a second now out of Storm again. So it's not over yet. The race is not over yet. The Yuhan and Maruf battle is, though. Yuhan is in 7th. Maruf finally gets his way round. And that is, well, the battle over. So Weilinga now is the guy we need to be watching. He is the one on the bubble. 5th position. He will not qualify to go to the final at Zolder. Will he be able to close in here on the TX3 driver of Popsu? And we know Popsu's got a lot of experience in long races here. So that might be the telling factor here. And actually, you just seen there, Weilinga making a bit of a mistake there through the 1st chicane. Up towards the 2nd chicane. And he's taken far too many chances with curbs, I think, at this point. Yeah. So for a bit of fun, guys, we'll do a driver of the day vote today. So all you have to do is type in your favourite driver from today. Who do you think's done the best out of everybody? Who deserves it the most? We'll do that in about 5 minutes' time, near the end of this race. But yeah, of course, we want to get the opinions of all you guys. "11 minutes to go then." The field is very much spread out, and you know, 50 minutes of racing, 8 drivers. You guys are okay, you can sit back and watch, but there's me, I'm just like, oh, I've got nothing to talk about. M-A-R? M-I-R. Sorry, M-I-R is Maroof. Maroof, TX3 Maroof, mate. Yeah, we're watching Wylinger here, and he's just dropping off the pace even more here. Popsu putting a 32.3 on the previous lap. And Storm has done a 31.7, second quickest lap of this race. We have... Excuse me. Apologies for that. Yeah, we've seen Topper go into the 31.6s. We've not seen anyone else go anywhere near that, really. And Storm's now produced a 31.7. He's produced a lot of 31.8s. But yeah, they're both in the 31 still. After 50 minutes of racing on one set of tyres, and they're still producing 31s. Ah, someone drug test these guys. They've got to be cheating. There's got to be something wrong with them. Oh, that's right. They are classified as aliens. A 32 flat then for Storm. And Topper does a 31.9. Still a little bit quicker. I just think he's going to run out of time here. And Topper's got a background in iRacing, which is very long-winded races. So this might come into fruition here. With 10 minutes to go, concentration now becomes a factor. It's, oh, Wylinger's in the pits. Wylinger's in the pits. Why is he in the pits? So's Yuhan here. Why is he pitting? There's no way these guys are going to have to pit for fuel or anything, is there? I guess he's changing his tyres or getting damage fixed. He was 3 seconds behind Popsu, so I can only see that that is fuel. Maybe he's under-fueled the car. I'm not sure on that. But that's interesting. If these guys may have to pit with 9 minutes to go, who knows? Maroof moves up into a top 5 position then. Scott Bed, they're all doing exactly the same line through that. It's just the way the game. You know, you got to go by the game limits. You can't feel bad about it. Oh, by the way, Topper with a 31.7 on the previous lap took 4/10 out of Storm. Very interesting indeed. And this is where 8 minutes 50 seconds to go. Another couple of laps like that, and it becomes under 2 seconds. Then it could become very interesting indeed. He looks like he's quicker at this point in the race. We'll keep an eye on him. It would be nice to see a last couple of laps battle between these two. I would like that a lot. Yeah, everyone does it, Scott Baird. Like, it's not... You can't be quick unless you do it. It's as simple as that. So, if you don't do it, you're not going to be as quick as the guys that are doing it. And you've got to go... In esports, you've got to go by what the game limits are. You can't go thinking, well, I feel bad about that, because no one else is. So there you go. Yeah, you've got to go by the game limits, mate. None of these guys, I'm telling you now, none of these guys are Isaac with a penalty, by the way. That's a big penalty. It's only 1 second, so he's okay. Yeah, none of these guys are going, oh, I wonder who's watching at home. I wonder if they're gonna see me cut that corner. They don't care. They're here to do the quickest lap times. They're here to do the quickest race as possible. See that front splitter there in the braking zone, just caressing the ground. Perfect balance. A 31.8 Storm responds with. Jesus. Topper then does a 32.0, and like we've seen, a 32.0 isn't good enough to win this race. You need to be in the 31s. It's madness. These two are absolutely madness right now. And going in towards the final, these two probably go in as favourites straight off the bat. There's a couple of really quick guys already qualified. We've got Veloce James, Veloce Brembo, and F4H Murphy. Those three have already qualified, so that they're going to be right at the top of the tree here as well. We're going to be missing drivers such as driver R1. He's on holiday for that week. Jardier is not going to be able to make it. Fab Iceman's not going to be able to make it. Some big drivers that are not going to be there. So you've got to look at the top. Those three that have already qualified, and then the top two at least from this session here have got to be put as the sort of favourites, I would say. 6 minutes 40 seconds left on the clock here, and at this point it's just worth Topper just chilling out. He's got a what 11-second gap from Isaac, and then he's got a 17-second gap to pop to. Just qualify at this point. We've had the enjoyment, we've had the excitement. These guys don't really have an off button though, to be fair. You'll see Storm will still try and lap in the 31s. He'll try and get to that 31.6. He's probably listening to the stream now, and he'll want that fastest lap, pole position, and the race win. But Topper is ruining the triple threat for him right now. Goes across the line. Oh my God, unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's just done a 31.5. As I say that, he goes and does a 31.5. I don't know what to say anymore about Storm. I really do not know what to say about that man. He is a phenomenal talent. Oh, I can't believe he just pulled that off as I was saying it. But just brilliant. Just brilliant. The timing there was spot on. And let's marvel in a lap here with Storm. It's actually come up to lap, I believe, Weilinga. It might be Yuhan, actually. But Storm, 5 minutes to go here. First 3 laps were not comfortable for him. He was in 3rd position at one point. He's managed to fight his way up to 1st. And he's managed to get that position. You can see it is Yuhan here. Yuhan just getting it right out of the way up and towards the chicane. He's on the grass at this point. He knows he's not going to qualify and doesn't want to cause any time lapses for anybody else here. You can see he's off the track here. We've got Topper now coming through. And Yuhan again will probably just dive off somewhere. There you go. So yeah, let's marvel at Storm's lap times here. Yeah, Storm is definitely in the zone, X-Wolf. He's definitely in the zone. Oh, you've got a yellow badge now, X-Wolf. I didn't realise that. Good work, mate. That's worth a hashtag legend, guys. That is nice. Oh, Topper with a 31.5 again. Hold on. What's the fastest lap they've done? The best lap? Oh, hold on. Storm's done a 31.281. And that was... When was that? Okay, so yeah, we've had Isaac do a 31.5. So has Topper, but yeah, Storm's done a 31.2. I've missed that, guys. I apologise, but wow, that is a phenomenal time. Topper finding time at this stage of the race. Whoa. Whoa, indeed. Got 3 minutes 30 seconds to go here, so we're on the last few laps here. Topper may close in now. I think you can just tell that Storm is kind of winding down at this point, and he will just take these guys need to take half a second off their lap time, really. Don't want to leave anything to chance, really. If they, if they put themselves in the wall, serious damage to the car, it is race over for them. So they've just done a whole, 57 minutes of this race. They don't want to be making any more mistakes, or any mistakes at all. 31.5 again for Storm. Topper comes across the line. A 31.6. Stop it, guys. Just stop it. Two minutes, 29 seconds left to go, and we've probably got enough time here for one more lap after this. So Storm does lead out here for Team TX3. G2 Topper is in second. Isaac for Team VP is in third. Popsu is in that final qualification position. These four will be going to Zolder unless something huge happens. Weilinga, who's had to do a pit stop. Maroof, who I guess has had to do a pit stop as well. And Yuhan, but they've all struggled. Yuhan has got some serious damage to that car, and I'm very surprised that he has not pit. Or his tyres are completely dead. There's something not quite right here for Yuhan. But the top two are what we've got to talk about here. They've been so consistent, battling for the fastest lap of the race throughout the whole race. It's been unbelievable. And Storm doing a 31.2 is just, and race conditions is fathomable. It's just ridiculous. 31.9, then on lap 39, and the 32 flat then for Topper. Both Storm and Topper have both done a 32 flat. It's going to be interesting seeing these guys in the live final as well. They've both got experience of it as well, so it won't be anything new to them. But it'd be nice to see these two, both very young men in the esports world. And they've got big future ahead of them, big opportunities coming their way. And it's going to start this year, well, it's going to start now, from this point, with the Zolder 24-hour E-Series. It's going to be interesting. .52 seconds to go, so maybe one more lap then. Maybe one more lap here. Watch the race leader. I think he deserves a bit of camera time here. Say he had a bit of a struggle at the start of this race, but he's managed to weather that storm. No pun intended there, guys. It's too hot to race. You guys typing in chat. Yeah, you had a hell of a battle with Maroof, man. Regardless of how if you've not qualified or qualified, that was a hell of a battle, and we all enjoyed watching it. We've got 18 seconds to go here. I wonder if Storm might slow down to make sure that he crosses the line with 0 on the clock. This might make it his last lap here. I think he probably, he might do, is he going to? No, he's going to do the one last lap here. He's flashing lights. So it is on the final lap here. He's done a 31.8 on the previous lap. And I think, I have this argument all the time when I cast races that are timed. I feel that's poor race management. I feel like he's got a 4-second gap behind him. He can cross the line after the time is finished, and he's got one less lap to do. Now, if he managed to spin on this lap through complacency and a lap he didn't have to do, I feel like he would just be fuming with himself. He'd be absolutely gutted. So I feel like it's always a mistake that if you have the time of someone behind you, let's say 4 seconds, and you can go across the line with a second after the clock is finished, if you've got that luxury, I feel like you need to take it. Because, people do make mistakes in racing. Some of the best in the world. Look at Sebastian Vettel just this weekend. Gone. So, yeah, I feel like that's a bit of a mistake here. But, it's Storm. He's still lapping pretty quickly. And I'm sure he's not going to make that mistake. It'd be very rare for it to happen. But you just never do know. You just never do know. But we are on the final lap of the race here. Storm is coming up towards the final chicane. He is led from lap 3 all the way through to lap 40. It's going to be a 40-lap race with G2 Topper in behind him as well, putting some serious pressure on as well, give him his due. But Storm is going to cross the line, and he's going to be the first qualifier from qualifier 2 to go to Zolder in a couple of weeks' time and race for that 10,000 euros. Well done, Storm, for Team TX3. Topper will finish in 2nd position and also qualify. And then we've got Isaac, who is coming around the final chicane now. He is going to finish in that 3rd position. And after qualifying 2nd, leading the first lap, he's just going to be happy to get through into the top 4. For Team VP, he will be qualifying as well. And then we've got TX3 Popsu coming around the final chicane here. And he will also take his spot in the final. Congratulations to those 4. We've also got Weilinga. Weilinga is still going. Fair play to him. He's going to finish in 5th. Maroof is going to finish in 6th. And then Yuhan is already finished. He's going to finish in 7th. So watch Weilinga go across the line. No worries, Slavik. Glad you enjoyed it, mate. And there we have it then, guys. Weilinga across the line. He's going to be the final finisher here. And that is your Division 1 PC Qualifier 2 for the E-Series at Zolder. Done and dusted. Top 4 are Storm, Topper, Isaac, and Popsu. 2 TX3 drivers, 1 G2, and 1 VP driver. Congratulations to all those teams for having those represent them at the event. So good work from them. Here we go then. Here's the final classification for you guys. TX3 Storm does take the win and the fastest lap of the race with a 1:31.281. I missed that. That is a sensational lap. G2 Topper will finish in second with a 1:31.528. VP Isaac will finish in third with a 1:31.539. TX3 Popsu will finish in fourth. And the final qualifier, that is it. It's gone. I've been kicked out. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. I will look to as well. We'll see what the company who are organising these events will say. Like I said, I really want to be casting the final as well. So I think you guys should spam their Twitter accounts and say, we want Actual Vision to cast the final. Don't do that, guys. It's fine. But yeah, I really do appreciate you all watching. I've been Actual Vision, and I shall catch all of you beautiful people tomorrow. Actually, I've got a Rallycross event. So yeah, I'm promoting on another stream, but I've got a Rallycross event. So we've still got spaces on PS4 and on Xbox. So send me a direct message in the Discord if you want to get involved. Yuhan, thank you very much for that donation, bud, and thank you very much for your battle with Maroof, mate. Regardless of whether you had damage or not, mate, it was phenomenal. So anyway, I've been Actual Vision, and I shall see all of you beautiful people tomorrow. Bye-bye.